I've got some good news and some bad news. The bad news is I have to let one of you go. Tyler, you're fired.
Huh? What? You fired Tyler, you fired me too!
That's not actually how it happened, but we're going to get back to that later. I wanted to talk about this recent recast that happened, because it's something that I feel very strongly about.
Let us defy destiny together.
Let us put your faith to the test, Cloud.
So let me take you back to the very beginning. Sometime between 2015 and 2019, Final Fantasy VII Remake went through a big rework, and with that came a blanket recast of all the English voice actors. This was and still remains to be a pretty controversial topic, and I don't think it's a coincidence that 3 of these actors all came from Teen Wolf. One of those actors being Tyler Hoechlin. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm going to pronounce it differently every time. Tyler Hoechlin was cast as Sephiroth, and we first heard his voice in a trailer from 7 years ago. And back then, even as a non-Final Fantasy fan, his voice was actually pretty captivating to me.
Can you bear to see the planet suffer, Cloud?
See, here's the thing. In the original Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth really wasn't shown off. You don't see him until around halfway through the game, but he's always there. Whether it's in Cloud's mind or he's just a room ahead of them, he was always there. So the developers made a crucial decision to feature Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII Remake. While this was also controversial, you can't blame them for wanting to include gaming's most iconic villain in their game and marketing. But across the entire game, he only has about 3 minutes of dialogue. But this wasn't the only time we got to hear his voice. He was featured heavily in Crisis Core Reunion, and if it weren't for the strange licensing and union agreements, we probably would have heard his voice in Smash Bros. As well. But when we finally got to Rebirth, that's when Tyler Hoechlin got to shine.
You take one, I'll take the other. Why am I talking about this? Ah, Cloud. I've come across the most fascinating passage.
In this game specifically, Sephiroth is very diverse as a character. It gave Hoechlin the opportunity to really show his range.
That resulted in my conception. Or rather, my creation. The crowning glory of Professor Gas' wondrous experiment.
What an amazing performance. I can't believe some of you guys think he's just okay as Sephiroth.
I should go. Mother is waiting.
And that brings us to now. After 7 years, almost all the voice actors have stayed the same. Even the minor characters. But unfortunately, due to some unknown scheduling conflict, Tyler Hoechlin wasn't able to return. But regardless of the circumstances, Square Enix needed to find a replacement. Let me introduce you to Traviswillingham. While he lacks Tyler Hoechlin's defining jawline, Traviswillingham is an astounding 6'4", while Tyler is only 6 foot, so kinda short. Anyway, none of that matters. He's the guy you've heard before, but you didn't realize you knew him. Let me just list off a couple of his voices. He's voiced Ace from One Piece, Phenomenon in Dispatch, Knuckles and Zavok in Sonic, Guile in Street Fighter, Theodore in Persona, Roy Mustang in Full Metal Alchemist, Thor from Marvel, and of course, Superman. If you didn't know this, there's a little running gag that the voice actors for Sephiroth also voiced or played Superman in some way. So Travis's inclusion kinda makes you wonder some things. He has a pretty recognizable voice. Kinda has that tough guy energy, but I'm sure he's a sweetheart in real life. And just in my opinion, I feel like his voice as Sephiroth sounds too nice, too soothing. When Tyler does it, he kinda sounds alien. Like he's almost human, but he's just a little off. He sounds like an angel with malicious intent, like he's seducing me, whispering right in my ear. And even though he sounds different from George Newbern, I think he still sounds closer to that than Traviswillingham does. I'll even go so far as to say that Traviswillingham is one of the greatest voice talents of our time. Better than Tyler Hoechlin. The problem I have is that Travis has this kind of defining characteristic for all of his roles, and it just doesn't really align with Sephiroth's characterization to me. I think Matt Mercer would have been a better fit for the role, but he's spoken for. If you have to recast him, I feel like it's kind of a shame we couldn't get some new blood in here to do a voice. Hell, I feel like I could have done it.
Let us put your faith to the test, Cloud.
I just can't believe they couldn't schedule a couple of weeks to record some voiceover work. Sephiroth doesn't say a lot in these games, so he better be reading the frickin' Bible in this next one. I know Travis is going to do an excellent job, and I've kind of become obsessed with him in the last 2 days because of this. Whether I like his voice or not, I'm honestly really anxious to hear how he sounds. I'm starting to wonder if this was all done on purpose, just to kind of brew up attention around the whole thing. But that remains to be seen. I hope Tyler Hoechlin has some great roles lined up for him, and I want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you like Travis's new voice? Do you wish it remained consistent throughout the 3 games? Oh, and if they ever did some sort of Advent Children remaster or gamified version of it, would you want Travis to continue the role, or would you want Tyler to come back? I kind of hope that someday we get some sort of DLC that replaces Travis's voice. Not out of disrespect to him, but just so we can get a consistent voice throughout all the games. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. Let me leave you with this.
The sound of her voice, pleading for me to spare you. The shiver of her flesh, yielding to cold steel. That which binds us would be no more, and I would be loath to live in such a world. I have a favor to ask. Don't worry. It's a simple thing. Run, Cloud. Run away. You have to leave. You have to live. Good, Cloud. Very good. Hold on to that hatred.
Look, man, I really think I could get the boss to rehire you.
Yeah, that noise, man. I'm just gonna keep making my music.
Respect, man. Respect.